Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Jazz After Dark. How you doing tonight? It's a quiet evening here for some reason. Everybody's quiet around the neighborhood. Usually it's a pretty lively neighborhood. I'll be enjoying the Knob Creek Rye tonight. I've had it. I've never had it on its own. Usually mix the old fashions with it, as you're supposed to do it. But I'm finding out that I may be a rye guy. Like as far as a sipping drink, it's really good. I enjoy it. Well, as many of you know, um, I spend a lot of time researching stuff. We only grow as a company if we grow our clients' accounts, and that means a lot to me. It could mean that I save you from having to make a withdrawal because we come up with a different strategy or some tax strategy. It could be tax strategies, it could be investment strategies. Whatever I have to do to make your investments grow, whether they're returns or anything like that, well, that means our company grows. We don't sell anything. We don't offer like planning. We don't sell stuff. I don't have, you can't buy the shirts, so we need the accounts to grow. And so one of the tax strategies that I used myself was when everybody was frustrated with Trump, right? Maybe they got a hold of some of his tax returns. I read through all of them. I said, let me take a non-biased approach. And I found out how he runs his aviation business through just looking at his tax returns. And that led me to being able to buy the airplane of my dreams, like since I was in high school. They came out right when I was about in high school. And we use that plane, just on the weekends. I'll go places. And so it's not a jet by all means. I'm not one of those guys. I like to fly it. I don't let people fly me. I want to do the work. And so, you could tell by the FAR aim back there. So me and my daughter were on a beach in a small town in Georgia this weekend. And I was just teaching her, we use these little trips to kind of like do training, to teach her about the markets and different like advanced tactics and stuff. If you don't know, she's here with us at Jazzwell. She's an advisor that focuses on that sub 30-year-old crowd. She's got that down, right? But I want to teach her all the advanced stuff because those people are going to get older and they're going to need that help that I tend to work with. And so I don't remember what happened, but we were sitting there on the beach. We were eating our pizza. We got, a couple drinks and stuff. And I was like, hey, there's all these sayings in the market, sell in May and go away till Labor Day. And I'm like, you're going to see that. And it's a yearly thing. You're just going to see it. The most sort of current one that you're going to see is the Santa Claus rally. I don't know if it happens or not. Kind of is happening right now, I guess. But it's important to kind of know what that is. So we're talking about all these different things here and the different like sort of almanac stats that the stock market has. And somehow we landed on Turnaround Tuesday. I don't know. We just landed on it. So we were talking about it. And for those of you that don't know, there's this weird phenomena that we seem to have frequently called Turnaround Tuesday. When Monday loses like 1% or more, we find out that Tuesday recovers, or at least it seems that way. And so her eyes lit up when I told her, I'm like, Turnaround Tuesday, you're going to hear about that, right? And as I was pointing out some of the last times that this happened, and she's like, if that's a thing, then shouldn't we consider investing on Monday at the close, like take all the cash in clients' accounts that's just come in or we haven't invested yet and buy if the market is down big on a Monday? And I was like, you asked for it, right? Now I'm going to show you how I get all the data. We're going to go through and do this research project together. So I want to share the results of that study with you guys. That's a long-winded way of saying that. All right, so we're curious to know if Turnaround Tuesday is a real thing or not. And so what we did first, I'll try to go through this nice for you. We said, okay, let's, all the data since 1950, let's break it down by day of the week. So for example, what we're showing right now is any 1% or greater gain. Okay, so on Monday, there are 374 gains of 1% or more. Interestingly, on Tuesday, that is the record holder. Tuesday has the highest number of days, 426 days since 1950, where Tuesday was positive by 1% or more. So I was like, we may be onto something here, right? Let's take a look. You got the rest of them there, but we're really focused on Monday and Tuesday. I said, okay, now let's look at how many days where the S&P gains or loses more than 1%. Okay. And red is the loss, obviously. So I said, well, look at that. Monday has the greatest number of days. It's the worst day of the week if you want the market to go down 1% or more. 428 Mondays of all of them have fallen 1% or more. Huh. So you it's like, oh, wait a minute. We have a lot of days losing 1% or more, but then Tuesday has the greatest number of days gaining gaining 1% or more, right? So you're like, oh, this is kind of cool. That's not the study though, right? That's just the data. That's just having some fun there. So then we said, okay, let's break it down. We want to make sure that we're counting the Tuesday after that Monday decline and not just all of them together. So we might be onto something, but let's see. So we're looking at the percentage of a positive Tuesday following a loss on Monday. And at first, this line right here, we have to have a loss of more than -1% on a Monday. And then I didn't want to type it all out. So a positive Tuesday. So what this is telling us is when Monday loses -1% or more, we have a positive Tuesday only 6.66% of the time. Oh man, that kind of takes away what we were just looking at. We thought it was going to, we were all excited. So we said, okay, maybe Monday can just be down. It could be down any amount. So how about when Monday is just negative to any degree, how many times is that Tuesday that follows positive? 25.86% of the time. So in other words, Monday can lose whatever it wants to lose. And when that happens, Tuesday is only positive by any amount 25% of the time. Let's call it 26% of the time. Yeah, that's not really a strategy. You're not going to make that bet knowing you only have a 26% chance of having any profit at all. That kind of sucks, right? So then I said, well, maybe we're missing something here. What are the average and median returns of that Tuesday? Is it that it's only a 26% chance that it's going to be positive, but the average return, if you did it every time, is 10% or something ridiculous? That's obviously ridiculous. But I said, well, let's take a look at that. So bad that I had to round to the 1,000th of a percent. When Monday is down by any amount, the Tuesday on average that follows is basically flat, 0.004%, the average return. The median return doesn't do you much better, 0.03%. And so this kind of burst her bubble a little bit, but I'm like, hey, this is a great example of how the media will call something Turnaround Tuesday, right? Oh, it's Turnaround Tuesday. But we have to look at it as just that one instance. It just happened that Tuesday turned around from Monday returns. We could call any other day of the week, right? Follow through Friday, right? It's just a name. It's a headline. And in reality, there's nothing to it. There is no data that at least since 1950, which I think is a lot of data, there's no data to suggest that this is a worthwhile thing to seek out. So I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I just wanted to share that with you. What do you think? You like these studies? We can study anything. Literally, we have the data of every single thing even overseas. If there's something that you are like, hey, I've always wondered, is this something? Let me know. And we'll study it. I'll likely do it with my daughter just to show her how we do it. And then we'll go through it. Anything you've ever been thinking about? I think of these things nonstop, man. All right. I appreciate you watching. If you are not a client of Jazz Wealth, know that we work nonstop to make sure your dough grows. We don't sell anything. We don't make money from other companies that ask us to sell their stuff. They do that all the time. But no, we don't. We are 100% fiduciaries, and we do not grow as a company unless your dough grows. And so that makes it our 24/7 priority to do that. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.